Elijah Stewart, we coming for your neck, bro. All that funny talk this week, all that social media and Instagram, we coming for your neck this week, bro. You trash can.
All right, TJ Klein, the walk-off there. He's getting ready for this one.
You know he got Elijah Stewart the gig.
Don't give these guys any bulletin board material. LA and Dallas to close out the day next on Vice. Game of the day in Baltimore, Maryland, and it features Los Angeles and Dallas meeting on Vice as the Big Three rolls on in season number 8, week 2. Ed Cohen, Ryan Scalabrine, Chris Haynes with us as well. This should be fun. You've got Power and Nancy Lieberman, always one of the top coaches in the Big Three, and devising a plan today to stop the star attraction in the league, Dwight Howard, as they try to get their first win here this afternoon.
Yeah, I thought Power was amazing in their comeback last week, but it's not going to be easy. You talked about the LA team. They have a ton of talent, and it starts with Dwight Howard. He showed some glimpses of greatness, but he also got caught up in some of the nonsense. He got a bad whistle. I'm with him on that, and then this kind of got out of control. I think Dwight Howard will have his footing going into week 2.
Chris Haynes with Mr. Howard.
Howard himself. Dwight, I talked to your head coach, Nick Young. He said he told you that you're going to be a target. They're going to try to get you out of your character. He said, have fun and play the game. What is your approach coming into week 2 of the Big Three?
I said have fun and play basketball. Last week is over with. I know everybody's made a big deal out of it. But, you know, temperance player, guys get into it, but that's because we got passion, we want to win, and we love the game. So we want to come out and have fun and enjoy ourselves today.
Dwight, thank you and best of luck tonight.
Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
All right, Chris, thanks. And they're ready for Power, a team that last week was impressive in victory. Glenn Rice Jr. scored 23 points, but he had 5 assists as well in the win for Nancy Lieberman's club.
I mean, he did everything for them to make this comeback. And it's not shocking to me because he can make shots. He can get downhill. He's got soft touch around the rim, finishes through contact, and like you said, he can make basketball plays. If Glenn Rice keeps it together, he could be a dominant force this year.
Look at today's rosters. They're the 2 champions with the enemies a few years back in Crawford and Stewart. Wesley Johnson, one of the big rookies in the Big Three. And for Dallas, the Millsap brothers, TJ Klein, Greg Monroe, the leader of this group. Nick Young wasn't on the bench last week, but is here today for Los Angeles, champion with the enemies 2 years ago. And Nancy Lieberman, a champion in 2018, leading Power, the Hall of Famer, Lady Magic on the sideline today, trying to get the Power to a 2-0 start.
And I mean, they did a remarkable job of figuring it out and winning that game. They should have lost that game, but they made big plays and they made all the right plays late to win it.
Glenn Rice, little hesitation, but he sinks the 3.
He's a scoring machine from all over the place. And another thing that happened late in that game is Millsap started to play really well. I would say the last 10 points.
Jordan Crawford with the first points for Los Angeles. So Miami is in white, rather LA's in white. You have Stewart, Crawford, and Howard. On the other side for Power, it's Rice, Monroe, and Millsap, as Rice misses the rim on a 4-point shot. An early heat check for Glenn Rice Jr., and it rolls out to Los Angeles.
I mean, there's a lot of star power out here. Millsap's been an all-star. in the NBA. You have Monroe, a lottery pick, Dwight Howard, a Hall of Famer.
And Stewart rims out on the 3. This is what the league envisioned, going down to 8 teams. Matchups like this early in the season. And Monroe stepped out against the elite defender in Dwight Howard, one of the best of his era.
He's moving his feet. And I tell you, I played against Dwight Howard. He's one of the strongest guys I've ever went against. There was one time where I had a free run at him, you know, and I'm thinking I'm going to take him out. Oh, it shows off the 3 ball. He stuck out his elbow, and I stopped in my track. Like I ran into a wall. I just could not believe how strong he is. So he is a problem for this league, and especially showing off the 3-point shooting.
And I think there's a difference with time getting in shape for the big 3. It looks good. I mean, he looks really
good.
In terrific shape.
Yeah, and when he's dunking the ball, his head's by the rim. He almost looks more athletic now than he did when he was in 2020. Back weird.
Jordan Crawford, like Howard, played in China and scored big, and there he hits a tough fall away.
Jordan Crawford, former NBA Player of the Week, and that's the entire league.
Yeah. 6 NBA seasons for Jordan Crawford. And Monroe in deep, and Dave Posner says steps on Monroe. A little jab step and a 3 for Dwight Howard.
Yeah, and the shot, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think it's a fluke. Like, he's shooting the ball with great touch. When it's hitting the rim, it's dying on the rim.
Off glass, too strong. And Millsap will take it. Rainmaker off the mark. Monroe down low, and Millsap for an easy one.
Ball's moving well. Second chance opportunities for Power.
Brian, if you're Dwight Howard, I mean, last week went viral. He got ejected, not suspended, you know, given it's his first week and he's getting acclimated to the league. How much do you think he wants to just get out there and show, hey, it's about basketball for me. I just want to play and show what I can do.
I don't know what, like, I was wondering what the fallout would be, and my friends all watched the Big 3. I thought it wasn't going to be a good fallout. Actually, they liked it. They liked that. It was, you know, like Lance Stevenson and Dwight Howard carrying. So,
yeah.
Even though I know that Ice Cube doesn't want that type of stuff.
Correct.
But it did show a lot of passion.
It's a 1-week calibration, right? Recalibrate,
yeah,
look on
sure.
a week 2, and get back to business.
I think when you first come here and you play, you're blown away by the physicality and the pace at which it is. And the shot goes in, you're not running back, you're just checking it back up top. There's a lot of different things. And I'm looking at this LA team, I'm looking at Dwight Howard, and they could be a force.
Right on cue, just a little too much, and he knows it. Rice, throw it up, and nearly a Larry Bird from the side of the backboard, but he'll shoot a free throw for 2. Elijah Stewart with the shove.
Yeah, Rice is a handful. And Rice has always been good in this league. The question is, sometimes he gets technical fouls, he gets caught up with the refs. For whatever reason, you know, he didn't seem like that in week 1. He just kept going. He was down big. He didn't start chirping with the refs or other players. And when he's good, he's as good as anybody in this league.
Way off the mark for Crawford. Millsap lays it in. That's a rare airball 3 by Crawford.
It is.
Howard from the arc to the rim, blocked by Monroe. (11-7) Dallas Power with the lead. Here's the swat.
A little bit of contact, but not a good. That's typical Big 3 basketball. Clock is low.
2 to shoot.
Not sure he recognizes it.
And he got it off, but he throws an air ball right to the front of the rim.
Millsap very opportunistic so far in this game.
Now Nancy's saying the ball was released before the shot clock went off. It didn't hit the rim, but it was caught and put in.
No, they gave him. They gave
did
the
give
bucket.
the points.
All right, let's take a look. 2-1 on the shot clock. No, it should have been a shot clock violation, but we're going to break.
We'll lock it in for the AF1 semifinals on Vice TV. Let's go back to last week, Scal. What a finish for Dallas.
Yeah, 10-0 run to end the game, and it was with their defense, and Glenn Rice and Paul Millsap got it going. And so you add all this up, I thought the Ball Hogs were going to start out the week with a really good win, but Power kept their composure all the way down to the stretch. Look at that. They were down 49-39 and won, or 49-41 and won 51-49.
All right, 10-0 run to close. Howard fouled from behind by Monroe. That's only the first on the Power so far. Klein and Rice have played together for a lot of years, going back even to their time in Israel. But you throw in the Millsap brothers and Monroe.
Good team.
And that's a good team.
Yeah, it's a good team. It's a good team. I'm telling you, if Rice keeps it together all season long, then they're a good team.
That not the shot he wanted. Bounces out, and we'll go back to Los Angeles.
Yeah, Nancy's not too upset about a walk-in four-pointer from Rice. He can hit those shots.
Yep. And there is Lady Magic, our friend Nancy Lieberman. Wesley Johnson off the mark. Millsap, the bruiser. Here's the matchup, one-on-one. Howard, running hook shot, popped out. Howard so far with 3 points. Monroe out of the post. Rice, the runner, just like the game winner last week.
They'll show and go on that. And it all started with Monroe getting that double team.
And 10 straight points for Dallas. Crawford, the fake and the finish, and the crowd with the use and ahs.
Yeah, he's got game. No matter where he goes on the floor, he's always a threat to pull up. So those hezzy fakes are going to work for him.
15-9 Dallas. Millsap for Power. With 4 to shoot. Gets Howard up. Spin move to the left and a finish.
Millsap's having an excellent game. He struggled a lot for the first half of last week, but looking really good right now. Whatever it was, he found his footing. And then take a look at this. Spins, lays it up on the other side. Yeah, exactly. That's how I'd be feeling too if I'm Nancy, because if Millsap is great, which he can be, the team can be a really special group.
That's good basketball and a swipe by Rice. But before that violation, 14 seconds expired on LA. There's a Nancy like Far Rockaway, Brooklyn, played at the Rucker. Fist pump there from Lady Magic. Backdoor, DJ Klein collects and scores.
And that's what he does. Like when you got to keep an eye out for Klein, he'll come like he's going to set a screen. He goes backdoor, he cuts, he just keeps constant movement.
LA, it seems like they're searching right now.
Correct.
The way Power's playing.
Correct. So last year, they had Austin, who could stretch the floor. This year, it's different, right? They have Dwight Howard, or they have to figure out their whole spacing thing.
Now, Perry Jones is in for LA, number 7, with Stewart and Johnson. He was part of the enemy's teams early on out of expansion. Jones, fade away, and that's good.
Yeah, Perry could score the ball. At one point in time, I think he had back-to-back 30-point games in the NBA when he was playing for Oklahoma City.
3 years there. A few overlap with Durant, and then one after he left. Rice, step back for 3. Get his own rebound. Another one is good.
He is such a basketball player that just plays off the feel. Like most guys would never even take that shot, that second one, but He plays so much off of feel, and that's why I don't think Nancy was upset about him taking that 4-point shot.
Wesley Johnson trains the three. The former 4th pick in the draft out of Syracuse.
Yeah, he can really shoot the ball.
9 NBA seasons, Scal. And he's now in a pre and post TV role with New Orleans.
Yeah.
Millsap with 3 to shoot. Over Stewart. Raise the rim. Klein, quick release.
TJ's always been a high impact player in the big three.
Next point for Dallas will get us to halftime. It's 1st to 25, and now John Millsap in the game for his brother. And Paul will get a breather for the final possessions. High dribble by Jones was jarred loose. It'll stay on this end with 5 to shoot.
Just watch this play right here. TJ Klein's gonna fake a screen and slip it. Perry Jones is gonna get caught on this.
Jones actually turned it over. And let's see if they switch it back. Now it's white ball. So LA will get it. No, Power will get it. And there's Klein. Not there, but Rice is going to shoot a free throw for 2.
Oh, we got a little challenge. I would not challenge against Glenn Rice Jr. But I guess if you got it, why not?
Nick Young bringing the fire, brought to you by Red Lobster. So Stewart will defend Rice. A basket or a foul by Stewart, and we'll get to the break in Baltimore. I mean, the balance, Brian, Millsap this half with 12. Rice with 8, Klein with 4, and a couple of assists. Rice bodies into Stewart, and he's denied.
A lot of contact on the Red Lobster. Bring the fire. That's pretty good defense, actually. Held his ground, inside hand. You know, he didn't use an open hand. That's pretty good defense.
Yeah, those USC guys, man. You guys,
They guard.
They guard.
Nick Young.
Crawford misses. Monroe inside from Georgetown. Popped out. And there's Stewart. Swings for Johnson. John Millsap. His second big three season. Klein spins, but it rims out at every piece of the iron. Turnover and thrown right back.
That's just Millsap not knowing. When a turnover happens, you dive to the basket, and he was trying to clear. You see, he should have went right to the rim on that. But it just takes time, right? You play more of this, you figure it out. Oh.
Jordan Crawford drive and kick. Johnson off the heel of the rim. Now, if you're the LA team right now, it's been 24-14 for a while. Odds are Dallas is going to get it to halftime at 25, but you've got a chance to maybe steal a few more points before the break, right?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you got to keep playing. You got to try to cut that lead down.
Howard back in. Crawford on a clear route, wave it off. As Klein is down, was it on Howard?
No, I think it was on Klein. There's a switch. No, he grabbed the arm. That's what I was expecting more with Dwight Howard and Stewart and Crawford, more pick and roll. Because a lot of times teams in this league switch. Howard's a matchup nightmare if he gets any type of non-big on him.
He's got Monroe now, but he lost it. And the benefit of the whistle, Monroe's got to be careful.
Well, Monroe didn't do much on this play. That's not. Oh, so they were calling a lot of that. You know what? At least they're keeping it consistent. They've been calling a lot of the grabbing of the arms today. Now, it feels today has been less physical than in the past, but they have made that call. That might have been the point of emphasis from week 1 to week 2.
Howard bobbles it out. Was Millsap there to deflect it? He was. Dwight Howard, 8-time All-Star, going into the Hall of Fame in Springfield this summer. Spin by Crawford, finish not there. Bobbled by Stewart off his chest. Now Power saying it's off LA. Ian McClenny, the backside official, says no.
Probably a little too early for Nancy to use her challenge. Yeah, that's definitely off Power.
Off TJ, rimmed down for Howard again. He's had a number of those in this first half. Millsap, the crossover. Lost it into Howard. He's stripped. LA ball. See if the shot clock resets. It's going to stay at 4.
No, they should reset that.
And now they do. Sometimes the game just gets stuck in the mud, right, at 24-14.
Yeah, because right now no one has a go-to play that they're used to. No one has like a, you know, with back in the day with Joe Johnson, it would be the flare rescreen. They ran that every time things got bogged down. Like, I don't know if people have found their go-to plays.
In and out for Rice. Millsap, big rebound. Four-time All-Star Millsap will get a free throw for 2. Nick Young's already used his Bring the Fire challenge. Millsap last year, Scal, with the Aliens. It was tough to watch in Oakland. First week, the lower leg injury was done for the season in that game against the three-headed Monsters. But here he is. He's back, new team with his brother. You gotta love it.
Yeah, I mean, a year, just for him to be at this stage of his shape and his game only a year later, that shows he put a ton of work and he wants this to work out.
Halftime of this one, and Dallas with the lead by 12 against LA. Over to Chris Haynes with Paul Millsap.
Paul, so far so good. What is it going to take in the second half?
Don't get caught up into that mess. They're going to whine, they're going to complain about the referees. We just got to be the bigger team and the better team and just play through it.
When you talk about playing through it, obviously Dwight is over there as an imposing force over there. What does it take for you and Moose to withstand all that and still try to play within yourself?
I think we've done a good job of just standing in front of them, not giving them angles to the basket. Hopefully we continue to do that in the second half.
Thank you, Paul.
All right, Chris. Paul Millsap, first half with 14. And Power with the lead against LA. More to come on Vice TV. Week 2 of the Big 3 in Baltimore, Maryland. Against LA. Big 3 and Starter have teamed up to take the look of the Big 3 to the next level this year. Check out this all-new collection of apparel made especially for Big 3 fans at store.big3.com. Ed Cohen back with Brian Scalabrine, Chris Haynes as well. Feel a lot younger now that Starter is back in the game and here in the Big 3, right?
I love Starter. Totally my age group.
All right, let's talk about this one. Power, a terrific start, making things tough for Dwight Howard. Paul Millsap, a big reason why.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with the struggles of LA, because when they take a bad shot, then all of a sudden Millsap is there. Here's Dwight Howard knocking down a big 3, but outside of that, he struggled a little bit. Not getting good shots off, not creating separation, and a lot of times Paul Millsap has benefited from that. The quick clear, the air ball, whatever it may be. So they got to kind of figure it out. I feel like Dwight Howard with these guards and that two-man game can be really tough to stop, but they got to go out there and do it, and that's the first play they're running is that high pick and roll.
He's coming our way. Howard inside to the left, and he gets the bucket to go.
Yeah, I would get Dwight Howard on the move. Like, if he has just an inch on you going to the basket and you're on his hip, you're done.
Millsap missed the rim. It's week 2. It's a 10-point game, but you think about what's at stake. Here, LA, a lot of people beyond the Big 3 know this team because of Dwight Howard, the big addition to the league. Dallas, you have a chance to go 2-0 to start the season. There's a lot that's going to happen in the next 30 minutes that could really have major stakes in the standings after the first couple of weeks.
Yeah, you have to find a way to win this game. And I do agree with you. You said it earlier in the broadcast that everyone will play everyone, so ties aren't going to be up to chance anymore. It's head-to-head. You got a tie with a team, you played them. How did you do against that team? So a lot of good things happening right now in the Big 3, but every win's important.
Rice off the Monroe handoff. Couldn't get his own board. Howard there. Will bring it out. Against Monroe, and scores again.
It's a good job by Dwight Howard keeping this dribble live, getting downhill. Here's the hit, and then the spin off. Shows you that left hand.
And 3 points in the first half, 2 buckets already in the second. Monroe offensive rebound, but stripped by Howard. Now they got him in his spot. Fades, can't finish. Paul Millsap against Wesley Johnson. Johnson played 9 years in the NBA. On the switch against Howard. Monroe off balance. Now if it's a defensive foul, it could also be a goaltend.
They called it defensive. No, they called it offensive foul.
Yep.
Offensive foul on Monroe. Yeah, that's the right call. He established that lead foot.
Jordan Crawford to his left. 2 years ago, as Rice connects from 3, and Power leads by 11. But Crawford 2 years ago, Seattle scored 19 per game. Last year that changed, he scored 13 per game. But he had a big first week in Chicago. He fires here and nails that one.
Yeah, I think last year they were destroying teams, and Stewart was carrying the load, and other people. Crawford, when he went on that tear when they won the championship, and that's from the deep part of the 4-point logo, he was on fire. He was tough to deal with.
Now that is a jersey pull that at some point you have to call on Glenn Rice. And he's sitting near cube seats on Celebrity Row.
I like the pick and roll that they're running. Dwight Howard needs to probably get out a little bit quicker out of that screen. I think the movement has been working for Crawford.
Finds Johnson. (29-21) Power. Millsap in deep. And Monroe, the cut, but it popped out. Howard. One-legged Crawford fade. And Rice there to rebound. Millsap straight on. And back and forth we go.
Yeah, both teams have not been hot from 3.
From 4, Crawford sticks it.
So he said, if we're not hot from 3, I'll step back to 4.
And Nancy Lieberman wants timeout. It was a 12-point game at the break, and here comes LA.
Yeah. Right now, Dallas is having a hard time getting baskets, creating separation. Their guy is Glenn Rice Jr. One way or another, he has to be the guy that can put the ball in the hole. Then other people can benefit from that. Early on, Millsap, here it is right here, the 4-pointer. Early on, Millsap was getting a lot of things around the basket. They're not generating those points. They got to figure out a way to generate some offense.
There's major familiarity with this group, a kinship between mother and son with TJ and Nancy. Glenn Rice Jr. has been part of it for the last 5 years now. Last year was a rare off year for Power. They were 1-5. It happens. You try to build around a core and the pieces just aren't there.
So this is like a technical foul
On Stewart?
because he put his hand on Glenn Rice when he was out of bounds. You can't have your hand on a guy when he's out of bounds. You have to wait till he's in bounds before you can guard him.
And it's not popular with LA. They're still pleading with Ian McClenny.
I mean, they could ask to review it, but they'll lose that challenge.
Yep. And these officials today in Game 4, Dave Posner, Ian McClenny, Danny Basile, know the league, know the rules. Nice little off balance that time. Nice floater for 2.
You know, guys work on that now. The decel step over the top gather.
Yeah, Power with that free throw and answer. Up 33-25. Perry Jones not there. Rice tried to rip it away. Elijah Stewart for 2.
And he's the guy with Jordan Crawford on the bench that he has to get going with this basketball team. And he's more than capable of doing it. A lot of the reasons why Crawford's points went down is because Stewart's points went up.
Roll to Monroe on the deck and knocked out.
So here's Rice. Takes the first step, change direction, over the top, high floater, pure talent.
I mean, to slow your body down like that, buys himself that little bit of extra time.
Yeah, the players continue to move the needle and trying to find out ways to get away with travels, right? Yep. It's just legal as it's not. Like, and that's a legal move that everyone does now.
Wesley Johnson. Rice running rebound. He's been active both weeks on the glass. Drop step, Monroe to the basket for 2.
Monroe is so tough on that baseline. Look at this move right here. Watch the contact and the spin when he steps in front and lays it right up.
And Perry Jones camped out. Rice sneaks in there. Oh, good defense by Stewart, but Monroe in the right spot to clean it up.
Yeah, Paul Millsap was in trouble. He basically put that ball where only Monroe can get the ball.
Big 3 from Baltimore. Dallas Power trying to pick up their second win, leading LA by 10. Let's take a look at today's monster moment.
Nasir Kaur getting that lead guard opportunity against a very good defensive player in Brewer. He goes right, spins back, hangs in the air, flexes those muscles. Big time game for Kaur.
And the triplets, I think, came of age today. Harrell, Chris Allen, Nasir Kaur, the leadership of Jason Richardson, and their first win.
Yeah, there's Harrell right there with the mirror.
Enjoying this final game of the day. The close of the 4-game slate in Baltimore. Crawford cut off, and Howard with Klein on the deck. And this is on TJ Klein.
Oh, TJ Klein battling on the weak side, hits the deck. That's on TJ? Oh my gosh. That's a joke.
I was like you described the story.
No, that's what it was. That's not sure what he can do on that one. No, but I'm telling you, like, strong. as strong as anybody I've ever played against.
I mean, when he came out of high school into the draft, he was the #1 pick in 2004. You look at those years before he moved on from Orlando, Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about a generational defender.
Oh, yeah. There's that move again right there. Rice going right, but somehow getting the ball back to the left-hand side.
Lead is 10 for Power. Crawford trying to answer, and he's going to the line for a 2-point shot.
I don't know what their pick and roll coverages are, but you don't want a guy in 3-on-3 to beat you away from the screen because there's no help at all.
Yeah, Crawford money. 8-point game.
Remember, Dallas is not the best offensive team. Glenn Rice is a really good offensive player, but they have to generate points here. So, and LA can get hot. This game is far from over.
Well, I know Howard got a piece. Crawford quickly throws it up, around and down.
6-point game, which is nothing in this league.
Now Crawford himself, with the last 4 for LA, he has 19 points. Make it 17, excuse me. Millsap sizing up Dwight Howard. And ball lost out of bounds. It'll stay with Power, but only 5 on the 14. And now Nick Young's going to turn to Wesley Johnson here, give Crawford a little breather before it's clutch time. Rice. And Stewart with the box out.
Oh, good steal.
Entry
Good
denied.
block.
Elisha Stewart resets it. Step back for 3. Millsap waits, collects, fires. And now Johnson one-arms it. Drop step Howard. Millsap took it, tipped it in.
Great defensive play, and that's what we saw a lot of this in the first half with Millsap. He's around the basket. It's on his second jump, knocks that ball right in.
And Nick Young wants a timeout. Millsap, what a performance overall with 16 points, 11 rebounds, a double-double. And their lead is 8 now at 41-33. And next week in the Big 3, it's on to Miami. Starting at 1 Eastern. Houston faces this LA squad, then Miami hosts Boston. And their home game at Kaseya Center on Vice at 3:30 Eastern. Detroit looking for a 3-0 start. Dallas could be 2. DMV Trilogy in Chicago to close it out. Is that like a home advantage for Miami, playing a day game against a team in Miami?
Depends on what you do the night before. I know you got your rest. I walked through the lobby last night. I didn't see Ed Cohen.
We went to Little Italy, did the early bird special.
I kind of figured that.
Fra Diavolo, done by like 7:30. A great time here in Baltimore. Beautiful weekend, even with the heat, as Crawford able to answer out of the timeout for LA.
I mean, it's not that far out of reach here. 6 points. This is a big possession for Dallas.
Glenn Rice Jr. Howard lurking. And Stewart is called for the foul, leaving his feet, but only the second on LA.
Yeah, allowed to be a little bit more aggressive. Dallas has to be careful. And Rice was going to shoot this shot. There's the grab right there.
By the way, Power with 5 team fouls. Power the swipe. Jordan Crawford. Movement here against Millsap. Stop and go.
Man.
What a move. And the finish by Jordan Crawford.
He just took on the whole team. Look at his feet, how they keep on moving. There's the crossover. Man, incredible footwork, good focus, tough finish.
The lead down to 4 for Power was 12 at the break. Rice off glass. Here's Howard. Crawford, Lorkin, corner 3. Rice behind the back.
Ooh.
And he's going to shoot a free throw for 2. 4th foul on LA. Nick Young checking, has to bring the fire challenge. Thinking about it. And here we go.
Yes. You know what else this does? It gives Jordan Crawford a little bit longer of a break by extending this out.
Bring the fire, presented by Red Lobster. So Glenn Rice Jr. against Elijah Stewart.
You see Jordan Crawford is carrying the load right now, so gives him a little time to sit on the bench.
Rice leaner, and Stewart again with the stop for LA.
Bring Monroe back in. This is the big stop right here. Nice shot. Just hit the back iron.
Crawford just walked towards us to inbound. He is breathing heavy,
Oh, yeah.
to your point.
But when he goes 1,000 miles an hour here. He's not going half speed through these areas, breaking to the ball.
Knocks down the 3, and it's a 1-point game.
I mean, LA only has 2 fouls. Crawford is working right now.
It's 26. Rice off balance. Tap no good for Monroe. Klein, that's no good. And out of bounds off Rice.
Look at Crawford, breaks free after the kick out. And he has been awesome in the second half.
15 this half for Crawford. Howard set a big screen. Stewart will fire. Gets the bounce, and LA down 12 at the break with the lead now in Baltimore.
Yeah, Dallas has got to go back to their motion offense. Move people around. You don't want to play against a team that has Dwight Howard in the paint without getting him on the move.
Is it Glenn Rice time? Junior backs down Crawford. Turns, denied. Gets it back. Again, banks it in.
He worked for that one. And Glenn Rice, it does seem to be the answer for Dallas, even though I wouldn't mind seeing Monroe with a couple possessions.
Crawford, he's got the space. Klein clears. Rice on an island, why not? I think he was shocked he was so open. A steal, Howard with the stuff. And Nancy perplexed.
Dallas is falling apart right now. That's a steal off of the rebound, so you don't have to clear it. It's like a turnover. Power just needs to find ways to get their offense going. But give LA credit, like Crawford's making the shots and they're making the defensive plays.
Glenn Rice Jr. can't answer. Klein, smart running rebound. One-legged fade, it's good.
Klein made a big time play, not just the shot, but the offensive rebound. Got the ball on the momentum, there's that fadeaway.
1-point game, Power, 45-44 lead. Stewart, his jersey pulled, in traffic, scores in a foul.
He was hit on the arm.
And what a finish to this one in Baltimore.
Nancy's trying to challenge, but you can't challenge this. You can't challenge this. It's a made shot. Watch the play. Late, right there, it's a slap on the arm. Good focus by Stewart. And why that's a killer. If he makes it, he's going to get the ball back.
They're in the bonus.
Big miss.
And Klein's fouled by Johnson, but that's only their third.
Yeah, they got some fouls to mess around with here. Klein did an excellent job when he was in there. But they got to find ways to score here.
All right, we'll reset it for you. For Power, Glenn Rice Jr., Greg Monroe, and Paul Millsap against Stewart, Howard, and Wesley Johnson for Los Angeles. Offensive on the screen.
Yeah, they got... Watch the screen right here. When he turns, watch the left arm and the push off.
And Klein's been teed up from the bench.
No, that's not right. He's been talking to me. He's talking to me. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. He asked me, is that a foul? I told him it is a foul.
He just said, I'm talking to Scout.
And he's trying here, teed him up. That's a tough whistle for, that's tough, man. That's tough.
Man.
He asked me because I have the monitor, and I'm like, that's a foul. He extended the arm. You're not winning that challenge.
Do you understand the power you wield here?
No, I don't know why the ref called him. I don't know why he teed him up for asking me a question.
.45 point game for Los Angeles, and Stewart at the line can win it here.
Wait, I don't think this is right. This would be the on the floor foul. This is only the first on the floor foul, right? Or did I miss one? I don't think this is right. I don't think this is
Or
right.
was this the...
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good challenge by Nancy. That's a bad sequence right there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, TJ asking me if that's a foul, and he got a technical foul.
And you shoot the technical first for 2 points,
Correct.
and then it's like, whoa, we're almost at the end of the game. We're almost at 50.
Yeah. And then Nancy's challenging it because he's at the line, but I don't even think that should be a shooting foul because it's the first on the floor foul with 46 or more points. So it should be a side out, no challenge. But they're gonna do it. Unless I missed an on the floor foul, which I don't think I did.
Bring the Fire, presented by Red Lobster for the game. Stewart denied. Millsap kept his footing, and it's a 3-point game. LA still up by a 48-45 count.
It's a good take. They just got to get that ball a little bit higher up on the glass, but good offense, good defense. Smart move going inside here. Oh.
Off Johnson.
Millsap wants to foul with the arm. Let's take a look. Oh, good angle. And they've been calling that all day. And now we're going to review if the ball goes out of bounds. I'm not sure. Is there an approximate foul here? I'm not sure there is. Like, for instance, he lost the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
But he grabbed the arm. So the call should be he lost the ball, but he was fouled.
Like, go in to review the out of bounds, and
Correct.
then if you see something else on the rip through.
See, he's not gonna. It is out of bounds on Millsap,
Yeah.
but the reason being is because he got grabbed across the arm. So that would, you know, in the other league,
Yes.
it would be approximate foul. So you foul, and that has stopped a lot of the reviews from happening. I'm not sure that's the same thing here.
Coach is challenged by Nick Young. You get one for the game. If successful, you get another.
The floor has been changed. It's going to be white ball on the baseline.
Yeah.
So at the very least, they do get the call right.
I mean, that's something that could probably be discussed
Yes.
this week on the conference call. It's just like, if you foul a guy and that guy loses the ball, well, you know, with the review, could be a foul.
Yeah. Probably starts with building a facility in Secaucus or somewhere in New Jersey.
They got it right here.
Extra angles, but they got it right.
8 point.
Howard and LA seeking their first win. Stewart just swarmed and clotheslined and horse-collared and finally it's whistled.
Oh, they got Rice. This is going to be a free throw for the game. Rice was working hard defensively trying to get through the screen. So let's take a look. There he goes through. I don't know what happened. I couldn't see it from the other angle. But that should be Dwight Howard shooting, right?
Well, Stewart was handling. You're saying the foul was off the ball?
I mean, there was so much separation between Rice.
Here comes Ian McClenny.
I think it's got to be Dwight Howard shooting the ball. It was on the screen. It can't be on, well, maybe not. Rice wasn't close enough to Stewart to foul him.
Yeah.
That, how good the screen was, so not sure what's going on.
LA, their first win of the season. And Dwight Howard with a sigh of relief. Stewart, Crawford, the former enemies. Some big plays down the stretch as well. And that man's a winner for the first time in the Big 3. Pleasure, Scal. In the books in Baltimore. Coming up next on Vice TV, it's the Arena Football 1 playoff semifinals between the Salina Liberty and Albany Firebirds. So for Brian Scalabrine, Chris Haynes, our entire CBS crew, I'm Ed Cohen. Big 3 back next week in Miami. 4 games, 8 teams on CBS and Vice as we say so long from Baltimore.